So today we will be discussing about so before we proceed further, I would like to ask and rather discuss a very simple question. I hope you guys know the answer. Like, when we look around, we see both living and non-living things around this world. And we must have wondered that what is present in one thing that makes it living and what is absent in another thing that makes it non-living. So can anyone tell you that
Cell.
answer? Yeah, very right. So it's C-E-L-L, cell. So let's forget about this part now and focus on cell. Good. So it has two main points mainly. It has independent existence and it can, as it has independent existence, it can perform all the very basic functions of life. And now, this cell, it can be present as just one cell in any organism, and they can be 2, 3, 4, and they can be millions and trillions of cells in any organism. So if this cell is present as one in any organism, we call it as unicellular, and if it's present many of the cells, then we name it as multicellular. Alright? So unicellular organisms and multicellular organisms. And now about the discovery of this cell. This cell was first seen by the scientist Robert Hooke, and in plants it was seen by scientist Schillen, and in animals it was by Schwann. These two scientists, they gave a very basic cell theory, and that cell theory was modified actually by another scientist. He's Rudolf Virchow. He modified the theory that was given by these two scientists, and he gave the cell theory a final shape. He also gave a very famous phenomenon that is omnis cellular acellular, which we call it as that the cell, they come from a pre-existing cell. Alright? You with me, everybody? Okay. So till now we have discussed about the differences in living and non-living organisms and what a cell actually is and who discovered the cell. Now this cell, it has different shapes and size. It can be very minute, very small. So it's present in the smallest one, it's present in the organism Mycoplasma. It's a microorganism, and its size, you can imagine, it's 0.3 micrometer. Alright, and the largest cell, this has the smallest one, and the largest one is in the egg of ostrich. Alright, so let's not ignore here the human beings. The human beings, we all know about the RBCs, the red blood cells. Their size is 7.0 micrometer in diameter. They are 7.0. And another interesting cell in humans are the nerve cells. These nerve cells, they are the longest cells. Alright, so we discussed about the smallest cells in mycoplasma. The largest one is the egg of the ostrich, and in humans the size of the RBCs is 7.0, and the nerve cells, they are the longest in the human beings. Alright? So now we will be discussing about another important topic. It might be important for the quiz for next week. So just an overview of the cell. I will be drawing a diagram of the cell. Suppose this is a plasma membrane. Well, we can discuss side by side the two different types of cells. One is the prokaryotic and another one is the eukaryotic. So here is the cell. It has a nucleus which has DNA in it, and DNA is the genetic material that provides the hereditary information that gets transferred from one generation to another. It has densely matrix which is called as cytoplasm. It also has the organelles, various cell organelles like mitochondria and the Golgi apparatus. This is mitochondria and this is the Golgi. I'm sorry, this is the Golgi. So now, this nucleus, it is present in eukaryotes and it's absent in prokaryotes. It's the nucleus, and the cytoplasm, it's present in both. It's present in both the organisms, both the cells, prokaryotes and eukaryotes. And the other organelles that I discussed here, it's the mitochondria, and another one is the Golgi apparatus. These organelles, they are also absent in prokaryotes, but they are present in eukaryotes. So it's the mitochondria and Golgi. Another organelle that can be seen here is the lysosomes. They are like small round particles. These lysosomes, they are also, it's the lysosome. These are the small particles that are also called as suicidal bags. So another organelle that is present here are the ribosomes. They are also very small round particles that can be seen in a cell. And these ribosomes,